You may know Knoxville as Big Orange County, being the home of the Vols, Lady Vols, and Coach Pat Summitt. The home of Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, actor Johnny Knoxville, Dave Thomas, the site of the 1982 World's Fair, creator of Glee Ryan Murphy, and Peyton Manning. Knoxville college students marched through downtown lunch counters during the first stages of the Knoxville Sit-In movement. With its fine lunch counter and the plush Laurel room for dining, Rich's was a prime target for local civil rights demonstrators. Nikita Khrushchev, a communist and leader of the Soviet Union, could visit Knoxville and eat at any restaurant in the city, but a black Knoxvillian could not. As long as African American customers stood up to buy something, except shoes, there was no problem. Sitting at a lunch counter always caused a horizontal problem, as was the case at Rich's. A group of pickets protest second-class citizenship at the rear entrance of Rich's department store, which is now the University of Tennessee Conference Center on Locust Street. The downtown YMCA is pictured at top right. Priest of St. Luke's Episcopal Church, Father Matthew A. Jones, was an ardent participant in the civil rights movement. Here he marches in downtown Knoxville. Knoxville college student Robert J. Booker and Dean of Men John Bell conversed through the city jail peep slot. Booker was arrested during a protest at the Tennessee Theater on October 9, 1961. A young lady is carried to the police wagon by patrolman James Rowan, who said that he could not be a party to dragging the protesters. Avon Rollins stands at the left. A theater employee tries to stop a Knoxville college student from entering because a group of University of Tennessee students are present. Civil rights activists are seen engaging in a prayerful sit-in at St. Mary's Hospital. We were given the opportunity to interview some of the leaders in our community and learn about the struggles, changes, and progress they've experienced through the Great Migration into the 1960s until present. Here's some insight on our journey.
What's the point? What was the point of this activity? The specific activity.
The purpose of the specific activity was to be able to get in the mindset of those African Americans at the time of the Great Migration and to really understand that the struggle each and every one went through on their decision to go north or not.
This is a song for every girl who's ever been through something she thought she couldn't make it through, yeah. I sing these words because I was that girl too, wanting something better than this, but who do I turn to? Now we're moving from the darkness into the light.
And we are out here at First Calvary Baptist Church with Miss Gloria Garner. We'd like her, at this moment, we're going to ask you a little bit of questions. We're across from Sam Hill Park as well as Sam Hill School, if you'll tell us a little bit about the significance of that school.
Okay, that school has been in the community for a long, long time. And when the Urban League was established in Knoxville, this is where they met and had community meetings as they are working in the community.
Margaret Gator, a retired school teacher and the first president of the Beck Cultural Exchange Center here in Knoxville, an organization that preserves African American history and features exhibits. Because of her efforts, her street was renamed, taking her last name. Mrs. Ben is a retired educator that helped integrate Knoxville City Schools and a charter member of the Knoxville Area Urban League. She exhibited a confidence that forced people to be drawn to her. Mrs. Nichols is the current president and CEO of the Knoxville Area Urban League. She has been with the organization 20 years and has been nationally recognized as a recipient of 2013 Women of Power Award. We enjoyed visiting Robert Minter and being guests on his radio show. He has had a radio show called Business on Demand for over 15 years, highlighting, advertising, and recognizing minority-owned businesses. Dewey Roberts Jr. followed in the legacy of his father. He participated in sit-ins and protests, later serving as a president of the Knoxville branch NAACP. Dan Brown served as Knoxville's first African-American mayor in 2011. He served as both a councilman and mayor at the same time. He currently serves as councilman. He is a member of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History and schooled us a little on the Great Migration. Dr. Reverend Harold Middlebrook was a civil rights activist traveling throughout the South, participating in many efforts. He was a great friend and student of Martin Luther King Jr. He has recently retired as a senior pastor at Canaan Baptist Church. Beal Bourne is in leadership at Jarnigan & Son Mortuary. Jarnigan & Son is Knoxville's oldest continually owned and operated black businesses, being established in 1886. Mr. Robinson was civil rights activist in the Knoxville areas, participating in sit-ins, protests, and lawsuits. He became one of 3 of the first black students to be admitted into the University of Tennessee. He served on the Knoxville City Council, where there hadn't been an African American on the board in 50 years, and was the second youngest in history at age 26. During his service, he influenced promotions for black workers, and the street changed to the name of Harriet Tubman. He retired as the Vice President of Equity and Diversity at the University of Tennessee. Robert Booker was a civil rights activist who participated in sit-ins and protests, being jailed multiple times. He served as CEO of the Beck Cultural Exchange Center and has served as Knoxville College's historian since 1980. He has published many works on the history of neighborhoods in Knoxville and Knoxville College. Avon Rollins was a civil rights activist that was active in Knoxville and throughout the South. He was a great friend and student of Martin Luther King Jr. He recalled on memories of them arm wrestling. Rollins served as CEO of the Beck Cultural Center. He is married to Cheryl Rollins, a retired civil rights lawyer and former president of the Knoxville NAACP.
I'd love to see their face. Can we spare the light? Or are we afraid to see them? Prisoners of history, these beautiful minds trapped inside, bring them back to life. Let them shine, let them shine on, let them shine, let them shine on. So dark, but I see sparks. If we don't snuff them out, we gotta let them flame, let them speak their name, let them reach up to.
Go.
I'm Krista. I'm excited to interview Ms. Phyllis Nichols and Mrs. Ben. Can we redo this?
Just keep talking. Like, I'm gonna edit it out. Just
You're
keep
gonna
talking.
edit?
Yeah, like I'm gonna cut all the dead stuff out, and so just keep going.
Okay, because I did their names different in order.
Okay, just start over. It's okay.
Because I'm happy. Clap along.